The Final Furlong podcast is proudly brought to you by Jeff Banks Bet. Join the excitement and sign up to Jeff Banks online now to get 10% off any net losses returned as cash after your first month of betting up to £500 at jeffbanks.bet. 3 o'clock is the Betfred Rose of Lancaster Stakes Group 3. Anmat is the 2-1 favourite from Al Mubir, who I quite like, again for the Haggis and Marquand team. Lord North, multiple Group 1 winner. Turning up on the Saturday. And Bracken's Laugh was a really interesting one. Could give Richard Hughes his biggest win to date. Finlay Marsh on board. Peter, let's go with you first. Tricky race, the Group 3.
That's exactly what I have in my notes. Tricky race and two class horses in it, if you're being honest. And the two class horses are Lord North and Anmat. Lord North, 4 times Group 1 winner. Granted, three of those Group 1s were in Maidan. The other one was 4 years ago, the Prince of Wales Stakes. He's earned nearly 6.5 million. You can buy a lot of cheesecakes with that, I can tell you.
How does that make you feel?
Take that, James Knight!
Emmet got that one. Hasn't won for a year and a half, but has only ran 4 times in that period, and has ran some good races. And the worry, obviously, coming for Lord North is he's coming off a bad run last time out. He ran a poor race in Ascot. He was 12 lengths behind August Rodin. He's an 8-year-old. He's not getting any younger, but I think he's a bit of value. Obviously, you have to respect Anmat as well, but he's coming off 439 days. It's hard to back a horse at 2-1. I think that's a price that hasn't ran for a year and a half. So yeah, I think Lord North is the one I'd be picking there, and possibly he could get run of the race from the front as well.
He absolutely could. How good?
And I would like to see Shoemark get a decent winner to take a bit of pressure off him, in fairness to him, because he's getting it left, right and centre at this stage, you know.
You've taken the words out of my mouth. I would really like to see this horse go and win for him. A Group 3 win on a Saturday is not going to change things. The pressure on him is immense. True. However, it can just ease the burden and kickstart a good winning run. And also, if Inspiral ends up getting lapped under Ryan Moore on Sunday, then he looks perfectly fine. He comes out of that actually quite well if she goes and wins. That's another matter entirely. Yeah. But
that Emily Opjon ride everyone's going on about, I watched it a few times again, and that horse wasn't going to win or come anywhere in that day. It doesn't matter what the jockey did. She just didn't turn up. So I just can't see how anybody could watch that and say that horse didn't run better because of the jockey. The horse just wasn't on a going day. Simple as that.
I don't think any of those Gosden fillies, Inspiral, Emily Upjohn, Freewind, I don't think any of them are quite firing at the moment for whatever reason. I kind of feel like they came back not so much to add to their CVs, but to kind of boost the Gosden yard because they just don't have any 3-year-olds this year. It is perfectly reasonable for the three of us and everybody on X and everybody in racing media to question rides. Absolutely. In the same way, it's perfectly reasonable for us to go, what the hell is that trainer doing? Why is he running that horse there? Why is she doing this? We're fans of this sport. We should be having those conversations. It's a whole different thing to write an article saying, should somebody still have this job? That's... Oh, no. I don't agree with that at all. And he's going to come in here now and go, no, fire Shoemark!
Get rid of the Shoemark. No, I mean, I agree. I mean, look, you don't become a bad jockey, overnight. I mean, the thing for me with this whole sort of Gosden Shoemark issue at the moment, I mean, is Gosden, I mean, has he got the sort of firepower this season that he's had in the past? He's obviously still got some very good horses lurking around, but there's quite a few of them that are sort of getting a bit long in the tooth, coming to the end of their tether. Kieran Shoemark has obviously come in for Frankie, and is it just sort of a bad year for the Gosden sort of team anyway? I don't know, but we'll see. Like you say, a win here for Lord North, 8-year-old, won a stack of cash over the years, doesn't it? Will ease the burden, but I don't think, not for me. Obviously, Anmat won the race a couple of years ago, hasn't been out for well over a year, but Owen Burrows does well with these horses off a break, so you can't rule it out. I mean, the big thing here though is that there's a lot of old timers in here, isn't there? You've got Regal Reality as well. There's another Haggis one in there. There's a 6-year-old, Certain Lad, 8-year-old. Obviously, we spoke about Lord North, and most of the time this race goes to the sort of 5-year-olds or younger, and there's only a couple that qualify here, and that's the Haggis one, Al Mubahir, course winner, in form, won last time out, Sandown. stepping up in grade, obviously, to a Group 3 here. Won I think, a listed race last time out. But I think Haggis has won this a couple of times as well in the last sort of 5 years. So that's going to be my main play here. But I think you touched on it, Emmet, as well in the intro. Bracken's laugh here for the Richard Hughes camp obviously gets a bit of weight. We have to mention that first run back off a Windop, gets £8 here, doesn't it? Ran okay in the Hampton Court at Royal Ascot, second in the D Stakes time before that, lightly raced. Getting the weight. It's rated. What is it rated? £8 below Anmat, and it's getting that. So it's bang on. The same mark there. 2-1 against sort of 11-2, 6-1 shot. So I'd much rather be playing those two against the favourite here, I think.
Do either of you have any concern about the good to firm ground? Because Anmat's proven on it. You could argue maybe Bracken Laugh wasn't suited by it at Royal Ascot.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few horses there that would definitely prefer it softer. Like Certain Lad, for example, would prefer it softer. Al Moob here possibly would prefer it softer, I'd imagine. I mean, he's got good form on softish ground. I can't remember if he's won in good to firm. I'll just check here.
He hasn't raced on it.
He hasn't raced on it, so that has to be a worry for him. I remember when he won, Tom McQuine rode him when he won at Haydock. It was very, very deep ground. And I remember the interview afterwards, and that's going now close to 2 years ago. And he just kind of said, if this horse got his act together, he could be a pretty serious horse. Well, it's taken him a while to get to around 110. So he's gotten to a mark now that you could consider him a pretty decent horse. But yeah, the ground could be a concern for a few of them. Absolutely, yeah.
Andy, for you?
Yeah, well, I think it was good ground last time when it went at Sandown. So, yes, it's never raced on probably anything like to be this fast. But I think the fact they're running it sort of adds to my confidence that they think it will be okay on it. And as I say, over the prices, much rather be with those two over the favourite. But you can't. Yeah, it has to be respectful of Anmat, obviously being a past winner of the race.
100%. I can't quite get away from Lord North's Sharon form. Well, first of all, his form in general, but to be only beaten the 1.5 lengths by Sharon back in Sandown, that should be good enough here. It should be really, as long as he's okay in the good to firm ground. And go on, Shoemark. Give the boot to the critic, Shoemark. Let's see what he can do in the 3 o'clock at Haydock on Saturday. This is a paid advertisement from BetterHelp Therapy Online. What are your self-care non-negotiables? Maybe you never skip leg day or therapy day. When your schedule is packed with kids' activities, big work projects, and more, it's easy to let your priorities slip. Even when we know what makes us happy, it's hard to make time for it. But when you feel like you've no time for yourself, non-negotiables like therapy are more important than ever. If you've ever been in therapy, then like me, you know how beneficial it can be. But it's not just for those who've experienced major trauma. It's helpful for learning positive coping skills and setting boundaries. Therapy empowers you to be the best version of yourself. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a registered therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. With almost 5,000 therapists in the UK already, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a wide variety of expertise. Visit betterhelp.com/furlong today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/furlong. This is a paid advertisement by BetterHelp. Give online therapy a try at betterhelp.com/furlong to get 10% off your first month and get on your way to being your best self.
The Final Furlong podcast is proudly brought to you by Jeff Banks Bet. Join the excitement and sign up to Jeff Banks online now to get 10% off any net losses returned as cash after your first month of betting up to £500 at jeffbanks.bet.